last place anyone wants to hear that they have a problem is in their foundation. I don't care what it is. If it's business, your home, finances, whatever it is, the last place that you want to hear someone say that your problem is in your foundation. Because if somebody tells you that your problem is in your foundation, that means you got to go to the root. And quite possibly when you start moving the foundation, you're going to move the entire structure, and that could cost a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, a lot of energy. But let's just imagine it, that you have a foundation problem, that we have a foundation problem, that what is at the very core of our foundation causes our life to not work the way that it was designed to work. So let's suppose that we have been unable to get ourselves to do what we want ourselves to do, not because there's something wrong with us, but because we've built the house that we live, metaphorically, on a shaky foundation. So we have a foundation problem. So what is the foundation of our life? And I know immediately, religious people are going to say God. And when they say God, they're talking basically about church. So I agree that, yes, the foundation of life itself is God, the perfect good for us all. But I'm talking about your life. What is the foundation of your life? In other words, what is the foundation? What causes this entire world to work? How does the world work? What is the foundation of the world? What does it take to move things in the world? If you don't walk around with a pistol or a machine gun, and you are constantly having to force people to do the things that you want them to do, you will find that your number one tool is communication. It's your number one tool. And as the good book says, the tongue. The tongue is like a two-edged sword. That tongue speaks things into existence and speaks things out of existence. That tongue sets you free or puts you in prison. That tongue, when you're spitting those bars, you're putting yourself either behind them or in front of them. That tongue. So the root, the foundation of our lives is in our communication. Okay, so let's consider something. I'm going to ask you about your communication without you even knowing that I'm asking you about your communication. But I'm telling you so you know I'm getting ready to ask you. It's pertaining to your communication. Here is this. If you knew that someone had a history of fucking over themselves repeatedly, over and over again, like you look out through your entire life and you see examples and one example after another of them fucking themselves, would you then believe what they say? Would you take what they say seriously? Would you put any stock in it? Would you make any moves based on it? Would you plan anything based on it? Okay, I think I know what the answer is. Anyone who fucks over themselves cannot be trusted, because guess what? They are most likely to fuck over you. So you're not going to be entrusting anything to them because they have a history of fucking over themselves. Let's switch that question. If you don't trust them because they have a history of fucking over themselves, do you think the universe trusts them? Do you think the universe puts any stock into them? Do you think the universe believes what they say? Do you think the universe puts any forces into action based upon their communication? Or do you think the universe waits, goes silent? They pray, the universe says nothing. Because the universe is trying to give you a chance to do the foundation work. What would be the foundation work? To clean up your communication. Because nothing that comes out of your mouth when you are fucking over yourself can be trusted. The universe doesn't trust it. Other people don't trust it. And above all, you don't trust it. Get this. You spend 24 hours a day with yourself. So you get a chance to watch yourself fuck over yourself over and over and over again. And no matter how many people have tried to stop you from fucking over yourself, you was that perverted that you just had to do it. You just had to do it. No matter how many times your mother begged you not to go there. No matter how many times your friends tried to plead with you to go a different direction, you were so bent on fucking yourself that nobody could stop you from doing it. Now, I want you to know what fucking yourself is a metaphor for. Because it's a powerful metaphor. And from this point on, I want you to think about everything that you do. I want you to ask yourself, am I about to fuck over myself? Am I about to screw over myself? Am I about to fuck over myself? And here's how you fuck over yourself. Every time you alter your authentic expression to become something for someone else, you have just fucked over yourself. Every time you do something that you don't have your whole heart into it, you are fucking over yourself. Every time you alter your expression, every time you hold it back, every time you don't be honest with people, you are fucking over yourself. And get this, there's no such thing as fucking over someone else, because every time you try to fuck over someone else, it's like a boomerang, baby. It comes right back to fucking over you. That's the foundation work you got to do. That's why I'm here. I'm M, CEO of the Soul Focus Group, and I want to help you stop fucking over yourself. I want to help you transform your communication so that what you say, so that when you say something, the appropriate thing happens as a response to what you say. The tongue is so powerful that when we say a thing, things happen. And then when we start saying things and nothing happens, it's because our communication has a crack in its foundation and our communication no longer has its power. A human being whose communication has no power, who is a dangerous human being, not for other people, but for themselves. Why? Because they have God power in them, but they have no access to it because their communication is not working for them. I want to show you how to bring it in to the nasty, deep, dark secret that has become a habit of you fucking over yourself and then blaming it on other people. Give me 5 minutes of your time and I can show you how you've been fucking over yourself and how you've been paying the price for it, trying to get other people to believe it's other people's fault. It's time you set the record straight. Confess, oh Lord, I fucked over myself and I ask for your forgiveness so that I may transform my transgressions in my communication and restore honesty and wholehearted trust in what I say, so that when I speak, people listen. And because they listen, they do me favors, and I can share my gift, and the Lord gives me grace. Stop fucking over yourself. I'm M, CEO of the Soul Focus Group, and I definitely approve this message.